Poppin' Tea Squad, it's me, Keisha, and I am here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Basketball Wives Season 10, Episode 7 review. Okay, you guys, so on tonight's episode, we started off with Duffey meeting up with Malaysia and Jackie, and she tells them that her birthday is coming up. She's about to turn 33, and she's taking everybody on a trip to Vegas. They're getting a jet. It's about to be lit. They're going to have a great time. Everybody's super excited. And she also lets them know that she's going to be, DJing for French Montana while she's there, and it's going to be her last performance. And everybody is like, no, like, girl, really? Like, is this really what you want to do? And even Malaysia suggested to her what I said on last week's episode, that, what if you do a local DJing gig or something like that? Like, just don't stop altogether. And she was like, I really want to put together an album, like what DJ Khaled does, have all these artists, featured on an album. And she was like, if I can get that going and have my own record, then I won't even miss being on tour. She was like, she just really got to get French Montana to agree. And I think that he should agree to that. I think that that would be a genius idea. Duffey has made a name for herself in the DJing industry. I think that'll be dope to see a woman do a compilation album like that. I think that would be super lit. So I feel like that would be a no-brainer. So Duffey lets the girls know that she's inviting everybody on the trip. Malaysia kind of like rolls her eyes a little bit because, things between her and Brandi still aren't good. So she like, look, I can be cordial with her. It's not a big deal for me. I just want to make sure you have a great birthday, and I need this because it's been hectic having, my kids and my sister in a 2-bedroom apartment. And I'm like, God damn, where everybody's sleeping? That is a lot. So I know she needs to get out the goddamn house, child. That is too much going on over there. So that was that scene. Then we switch over to Brandi at home. She's FaceTiming with her husband Jason, and she tells him what happened when she went to the hospital. She said that her blood work came back good, but that they told her that she needs to talk to her oncologist immediately. So her oncologist told her that they've been having too many problems with her cervix area or whatever over the years, so they suggest she has a full hysterectomy. And she was like, she don't really know if she want to do that. That's gonna make her feel less than a woman. And he was on some, well, before we do it, do you think that we should have another baby? Well, he said he wants to have another baby. And I'm like, child, this lady damn near, going through some shit, and you up here worried about having another baby. Niggas is so goddamn selfish to me. I would have been like, nigga, did you hear what the fuck I just said? Like, who's thinking about having a baby right about now? I know for myself being, a cancer survivor that, my first mammogram is about to come up in the next month or so. And, that fear is always in the back of your head of what if it comes back? What if it comes back? So it's always a fear, and it's scary as hell to go through that. So I felt really bad for Brandi. Like, nobody wants to have that conversation with their oncologist. Hell, I know the hell I don't want to go through it. I myself have had a partial hysterectomy when I was 31, 32 years old. And, I went through all those emotions of feeling like I'm going to be less than a woman. I'm not going to be able to have no more kids. I only got my one and all of this. And, once it happened and there's no turning back, I had to get my ovaries and my fallopian tubes removed. I still have my cervix, my uterus or whatever. But, I was like, it don't make me feel less than a woman. It was actually a blessing because I ain't got no more periods. I ain't had a period shit in like 9 years. So it was a blessing for me. And like the surgery, you don't really feel any pain afterwards. You honestly, like when I woke up from surgery, I was like, didn't even feel any different down there. Like there was no pain, no hollowness. It was the craziest shit ever. So for her health's sake, I'm like, girl, get it done, get it over with. My grandmother passed away from ovarian cancer. So that shit ain't nothing to play with. And having a baby right now, I feel like that would just scare me to make me feel like, what if it makes the situation even worse? So God bless her, child. Then we switch over to Brooke and Duffey at the salon getting their hair done, and Brooke tells her about that she wants to go do this IVF thing again because she's been having problems having a baby, and she says that her daughter didn't want her to have another kid and she don't understand why. So she's nervous to talk to her daughter about, like, why you don't want me to have another kid? I'm like, it ain't your daughter fucking business. Like, this your body. Unless you had her watching the other kids and she looking at you like, bitch, I'm not about to be watching your kids for you. She don't get no say so. Who the hell is she? Girl, y'all crazy. Duffey then goes on to tell Brooke that all the girls are coming, and she was like, ugh, like, I still don't see it for Nia. Like, I ain't really fucking with her, but I'm gonna go and we gonna turn up. We then see Malaysia and her children and her sister go look at houses. You know, she need more space, child. They up there cooped up in their Section 8 apartment. The house is really cute. It was a really nice house, but the closet space was not hitting. And she and her sister talk, and her sister asks her, you know, is Gennaro gonna help with this house, sis? And she was like, girl, really? I'm like, no. She was like, and I heard y'all was saying I need to take him to court. You know, I'm just gonna pray on it. And when she said she was gonna pray on it, I'm looking at her like, excuse you, girl, what? You gonna pray on it? Fuck that. You better take that nigga to court and get your motherfucking child support so you can, you know, be able to better provide for your kid instead of having to stress yourself out about how you gonna do this, that, and the third. Girl, fuck that. I'd rather be stressed out about court than being stressed out about how I'm gonna feed my motherfucking kids. So she then goes on to explain how, you know, the divorce process was really hard on her because he would show up to court, he wouldn't show up to court, she was having to serve him, he ducking and dodging her, or whatever the case may be. Girl, you better pretend like your ass ain't got no motherfucking money and pull a Destiny from Love and Marriage Huntsville and take your ass down to the motherfucking state, bitch, and act like you ain't got no motherfucking money, because you know the state don't play. They gonna find that nigga and they gonna make sure you get your child support, because they is not trying to pay for shit. You better go that route. Fuck that, honey. Like, you better get as much as you can get out that nigga while he out here living scot-free and you over here taking care of all them goddamn kids by yourself. Girl, fuck Gennaro. So then we see British at this like store where you get logos and stuff made, and she's getting her logos for her house of hair vending machines. Child, that girl still out here scamming, but okay, allegedly. So British meets up with Brooke and Brandi, and she shows them one of the vending machines that she has coming. Then she gets on Brooke about, you done hooked up Jennifer with this fine ass man. What about me? Like, I need a nigga. Like, what the fuck is going on? So she was like, what type of man you like? She was like, I actually like men that remind me of my father, you know. And she was like that she was raised by her dad, and he was like her favorite person, and he passed away. And her and Brandi could relate because their fathers pretty much, you know, had like similar illnesses. Brandi gets tearful and starts to cry and everything, and they like, girl, cry, it's only been 2 months, that was your daddy, girl. So, you know, Brandi ends up calming down. They go outside and they're talking, and Brooke explains to them, you know, that she's about to start IVF again, and that, you know, she's scared to talk to her daughter about it. And she says that the reason why she was scared to talk to her daughter about it is because when she went through IVF last time, she was really emotional and crying and, you know, having, you know, temper tantrums to an extent, and just exploding and being mad. And her daughter didn't like her going through all of that. She didn't like that side of her. And I was like, okay, that makes more sense. But she grown now. She out the house. She ain't got to deal with you. If you want a baby girl, you better have your baby and do what the hell you want to do. Duffey wants to get her annual Botox for her birthday. And I gotta say, her Botox look good. Her face don't look all frozen and stupid looking like most people does. So British and Angel end up joining her, and you can tell that there's some strain there between the two. Duffey invites her to Vegas. She was like, you know, I really want you there. And Angel was like, Okay, yeah. Don't really know about that. So when they're in the room after she gets her Botox done, Angel gets a phone call from Rockstar and it's hella awkward. She's like, let me call you back or whatever. And Duffey was like, well, speaking of Rockstar, Jackie told me what he said, that he was going to make Iman leave me. I've been having stuff said about me for years when it comes to guys because I work in the male industry. And she was like, it really bothered me. And Angel was like, well, he feels like you want to mess us up. So that's why he said what he said. Sometimes he says stuff he don't mean. And when it comes to me and the baby, he's super protective, but I'm more chill. It was like Angel was just literally making excuses for him. And you could tell she don't really like confrontation, and she was like, it's all good. Like, we ain't got no problems, no issues. And Duffey was like, I ain't got no issues with you either. Like, I just want to have fun for my birthday or whatever. But you can tell, like, there's a strain now between them. You can tell that it really won't be the same between them. And that's sad. Because she genuinely was trying to be a friend to Angel. From what we saw on the show, I don't think that she was trying to be messy or anything like that. So it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this can be something they'll be able to get past in the future. But it seemed like at that moment that it was like we cool, but it ain't gonna be like that between us no more. So Brandi talks to her husband, Jason, and she has come to the conclusion that she is not ready to have a hysterectomy because she still feels like it's a chance that she can get pregnant on her own. And she was like, it's scary because her cancer could come back. I just know if it was me, I would put my health above anything else because, okay, you get pregnant and then, God forbid, something happens and you're not here to even be with the baby. Like, I just feel like you got to put your health above anything, but that's just me. So I pray that, she gets her heart's desires with that whole situation. So then we see Angel telling Rockstar that she talked to Duffey and that she felt like the whole thing was a misunderstanding. And she was like, you not still mad at her, are you? And he was like, no, I'm good. I ain't got time to be mad at Duffey. She said what she said. It is what it is. So you could tell he was just saying that on camera and that he still got beef. Then Angel brings up the Vegas girls trip and how she want to go and kick it. She was like, yeah, some of the girls still got issues. He was like, yeah, see, like, you don't need to be around that. Don't you think it's weird to be 7 months pregnant, kicking it? Like, and she was like, in her confessional, I am high risk, so I don't got no business going, but she just wants to go. I know personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable going on a girls trip at 7 months pregnant and I'm high risk. I feel like certain things you just need to sit your ass down. That's how I honestly feel, because ain't no way in here I'm about to be 7 months pregnant in a club. Somebody could bump into me. Motherfuckers is crazy. People get to fighting and shooting in clubs and shit. It's just too much. Like, then you on a plane. I would just tap out on this one. I'm with Rock on that one. Like, girl, sit down and have several. At the end of the episode, all the ladies gather to board the flight to Vegas for Duffey's birthday. Everybody has on their pink. Angel has decided to go on the trip. Everybody's super excited. Jackie says she has a surprise waiting on Duffey as soon as they land. I'm like, oh Lord, what is this gonna be? And they're about to kick it in Vegas. And I was like, all right, I wish I was going with y'all. Not really, but okay. So that is my review of Basketball Wives. I give tonight's episode a C-. It was like a filler episode. It was cool for what it was. It seems like the rest of the season is really going to pick up with drama, and I'm ready for it. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. You guys, I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.